Now, Lee, do you want to start?
No, mate, you should start. It was your idea. You should start.
Okay. Welcome to the Remastered, everyone. Season 2, episode 3. Excellent stuff. We have some special guests with us tonight. We'll just go around and introduce ourselves. Lee. That's Lee.
I don't need to introduce myself, do I? Everyone knows who I am. Co-host.
We've actually got 2 people joining from a previous episode. So, Matthew, you've been with us before, haven't you?
That's right, yeah. I don't know how you've managed to get me back.
I've amazed you've come back, to be fair. BOD, you've been here before, haven't you?
Yeah,
most listened to episode, I believe. And then Richard Clowes, first appearance.
Hello. I'm a little bit disappointed. I feel like I'm a bit left out in this crowd.
Well, we've been trying to get you on for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've been resisting very strongly.
Yeah.
You were a really hard man to book. The only reason I was on last time is because you passed the option. So you can't be going complaining.
No, that's true.
Already playing the victim. That's fair.
But yeah, so welcome to the last ever episode of the Remastered. We're virtual. We'll try and keep the same formula. So we're going to go for the best and worst thing to happen to everyone this week. Lee, I've not prepared anything for this, so do you want to go first and I'll think of something on the spot?
Klaus, I haven't prepared anything for this week, so do you want to go first?
The worst thing which has happened to me this week...
Can I guess?
Yes, go on.
Is it right now?
It's a close second. We'll see how things go, but it could edge it off the top spot. Okay. I was returning home last night and opened up the laptop to do some schoolwork, to mark some of my work, only to find out that I'd left my laptop charger in my classroom back at school. So that was really devastating for me. It was only saved by the fact that I could log on my other laptop. So, all in all, my problems aren't quite as big as some other people's, really. You could say that that's, a minor issue. But to me, knocked me off my stride for a good 10, maybe 15 minutes.
But the old double bake technique worked there.
It's always good to have a backup, isn't it? Be prepared. It's one of my mottos that I try to live my life by.
Very good, very good. Best thing then?
Best thing? Well, it's maybe bending the rules slightly, but on Sunday, I had my first victory on Warzone, which was... It was magical. I was pumped full of adrenaline. I could give you a rundown of the entire game if you want. It only took about 28 minutes or so. I should have recorded it, but I didn't. But I did time it.
Would you like to make you a joint host so you can share the screen and we'll watch the 28 minutes? Or
I'm afraid, like I said, I didn't record it, sadly. But
did it happen then?
Yes, I've got a photo evidence of my KD from the game, so it definitely did happen. 6 kills, no deaths. And off the mark now and win. So I assume soon I'll be streaming my games for I assume there'll be followers soon that they can't resist for long. Not many players manage to win a game with single figure kills, so that is pretty extraordinarily bad. So people will want to see that. That's my theory.
Lee, I know that you roughly know what this game is because I actually spoke about it on a Remastered before. But Bod, have you had a little dabble in this game?
I'm not familiar with the format. It does sound like the captain has absolutely smashed it out of the park there, though.
Yeah, he's done very well. So, in summary, it's first-person shooter, Call of Duty engine. You land on the map, and then gas comes in and squeezes everyone together, and last person wins, basically.
150 people, though, so it's no easy feat to manage a win. Let me just put that out there for the listeners who don't know. I'm sure most of them do.
It's real people as well, isn't it? It's not like that you're not fighting against a computer.
I mean, I'd argue that some of them aren't really real.
Real children.
Also, to put it into context, some of those other people playing are about as skilled as I am. So you can only take so much pride out of that win.
Yeah,
but you can only beat what's in front of you, can't you? It's a bit of a cliche, but they do say that that's true, and I'm going to hold on to any shred of evidence, comfort that I can.
Yeah, you absolutely can't argue with that.
I have seen on YouTube, some people do actually have like Labradors playing the game, streaming it, so you could have actually just like come up against a golden retriever for all you know. But, well done, though. Well done.
Thank you.
To be fair, if I was going to come up against any dog, I wouldn't want it to be a golden retriever.
True. they retrieve. What's the best thing that's happened to you this week then?
Well, actually, it's extremely linked to that. So Rich actually won a game. I've never done that before without the help of other people. So my best thing that's happened to me this week is an exceptional RPG shot from about 400 to 500 meters. It's been mooted.
I've heard it was about 1 kilometer, wasn't it?
Close to it. Who knows? It took a very long time for it to travel and hit its target. But there was just a little helicopter floating above some trees. It was flying extremely erratically, and I thought to myself, as soon as this calms down, I'll just fire one, let them know where we are, try and engage them, have a bit of fun. So it calmed down. It started just hovering, pinged it off. I waited, and I thought, oh no, it's been too long now. It's obviously sailed past them. And I'm like, oh, I'm done for here. Liam, the guy I was playing with, just popped off a couple of rounds with his guns just to be like, oh, we better engage them proper now. And then after a couple of seconds after he fired them, just kaboom! And this helicopter went up in flames. Double kill, team wipe. And that is just as good as it got for me, and it's as good as I think as it will ever get for me.
Sounds like a highlight of the year.
Yeah, the amount of joy that I've taken from it. I think 2 kilometers it was the overall shot.
A sniper, if you will.
Yeah, if you can snipe with a rocket, it's what I did. So I'm really proud of that. I'm not very good at that game on the whole, so real highlight. I'm getting better. I'm not going to do myself down too much, but I would say I'm the base of the pyramid.
Yeah, if I were to describe you in that game, I'd describe you as up and about.
Yeah, I like to put it about a little bit, not similar to my words on a football pitch. Just put them about.
Worst thing then?
Worst thing, again, the problems in my life are quite minor and not massive. So the worst thing about my week is that we're having some building done at the back, and I have said from the off that I want to reuse one of the downstairs windows in the new window that is being built beyond it. And of course, despite my repeating that at least 5 to 10 times to the builder, they've of course built that window hole in the new wall 50 mil bigger. So tantalizingly close to being able to use that old window, but nowhere near close enough at the same time.
That's first class shithousery from the builder. That's great.
Oh, absolutely, and I have no doubt that that's happened because I told him too many times that I wanted to reuse that window. So fair play to him. You've got me pecking your head about. Can you just make sure that window, out of all the windows, it will be the cheapest one to buy as well? So it's a right skinflint move by myself, and I deserve everything that I get.
Is this one window going to not match the rest as well when you have to buy it afterwards?
No, the whole back would have matched anyway. So
that's disappointing.
The likelihood is, if I was able to reuse the current one, that would be the one that wouldn't match, and I'd be more than content with that. So,
I feel like you could get some advice from someone that we all know who is an expert on building matters. And
actually, that's reminded me of the second best thing that's happened to me this week. I was sat in the pastoral office at school, and my colleague who's in charge of year 10 and 11 has received an email from one J Mottram explaining how one of the year 10 boys, I think it was, had pulled a drain pipe off a wall. However, the reason that this email particularly caught my attention, rather than just saying this lad has ripped the drain pipe off the wall, just probably needed attention as any normal teacher would. There was a large amount of detail of the damage done, the functionality of the drain pipe, and also that it was still working and functioning, so not too big a deal. So he's not too much of a chip off the old block, is what I gleaned from that email.
Would you like me to read out the email? I've got it in front of me now, actually.
I was chuckling away at that. So please do regale it.
It said, I saw blah blah walking past the grey gutter pipe that was attached to the external wall on the outside of the door at D block, and he pulled it off the wall pretty much. It's not drastic, Peter Van Dusen, as the guttering's still upright, still doing its job, but the brackets on it are broken.
Could have had more detail. What screws are used? Have they used a raw plug?
You could tell he wasn't intending on causing severe damage, but he started to pull it a fair bit to break the bracket. Yeah, it was,
I think if Keith had installed that drain pipe, it would have come off the wall.
Not a chance.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
I think the wall would have given way before the pipe.
Yeah.
You'd have to reverse a BMW into it before it'd go anywhere.
Keith could help me with your window, Hayhurst. He could tell you, what I would think he would suggest is rather than have a new window, knock that wall down, bring it in, those 50 mil, because then you can reuse that window, can't you? The windows are more expensive than a brick.
Yeah, he's not wrong, but there's no way that man is finding out my home address.
Why? Your builder or my dad? Oh, dear. BOD then. Best and worst things happened to you?
Well, let's start with the worst thing. It
sounds heavy.
Oh, God, is everything okay?
Safe place, Bod. You can talk about anything here.
Johnny, just stop recording this, just in case.
Well, bad news. So it's my birthday next week, and
I can see where this is going.
Oh no!
There are no meat delivery slots available.
Oh.
Even for you?
Pour one out.
Even for me.
That is bad, isn't it?
It's outrageous.
Precedented.
Don't they know who you are?
Apparently, the delivery guy isn't involved with Reds, so
can't
do anything for me.
Not even a Hickory's, not even a smokehouse.
No. Not the same, is it?
I mean, when you talk about that,
I can get it for Wednesday, and obviously I have got it for Wednesday. But
is it Rufus's birthday Wednesday?
It's too early. Yeah, it's not going to be at peak meat for Sunday.
That's a shame.
So sorry for bringing the tone down a bit there, boys. It was just,
what is your best thing that you've got some meat coming on Wednesday?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty solidly locked down, so I have done literally nothing. So yeah, that's just a general all round. The best part is just nothing.
So no stress in life.
No, yeah.
That's it. How have you got yours sorted yet? Because I still haven't figured out mine. I've got one of mine.
Yeah, I've sorted.
Yeah,
so, what do you want first, best or worst?
You choose. What's going to be most interesting?
Neither are interested.
Excellent. Go ahead then.
So, the best thing is, I had Indian Ocean on Friday night. So, I've been having one about once a month this year. So,
should we clarify for the listeners that that's an Indian takeaway, not the entire
body of water?
Yeah.
So, I go to my mate's house. He's in my bubble. So him and his wife are there. So I will pick up the takeaway because I know the order, and it's only around the corner from me. I'll go pick all the food up and then walk to theirs. Simple. So,
did you remember the dirty fries though?
Swine fries, yeah.
Swine fries, that's it.
Yeah. So I went to the Indian Ocean, picked the food up. I had a little bit of a wait, which is disappointing. About 5 people came in and out before I got my food, but got it anyway.
Okay.
Walked back to my mate's house, got in, opened up the bag. First one out, Rogan Josh. That's his wife's, fine. Next one, vegetable jalfrezi, that's mine, on the table. Bag's still a bit heavy here. Okay, make sure you put some poppadoms, extra poppadoms in, or the dips or whatever. Look down, next one, chicken tikka masala. That's a mate's, fine. Look in again, next one, chicken tikka masala.
Where's the rice?
Rice was there underneath. point is they give me an extra chicken tikka masala.
Oh,
You
lovely.
got, so you got
Oh.
something for free.
No, it wasn't for free.
Yes, a free curry.
That's a free
No.
curry you got.
No, paid £29. That's the bag of food you get. So that was a extra curry in there. So my mate who ordered chicken tikka masala got all the chicken out of the other one and put it in the first one. We had a double chicken tikka masala, and then we had the rice and the chips as well. So yeah, just extra curry.
Was this your good point or your bad point? I couldn't
That
quite
was a
tell.
good point.
That was a
Doesn't
good point.
affect me at all.
Yeah,
I told you they were
yeah.
both rubbish. So yeah, extra curry on Friday. But obviously, because he double chickened, the sauce was left. So then the naan bread that we'd shared, that sauce became the dip for the naan bread.
Going to be full after all that. It's a fair help of the Indian Ocean.
Yeah. And the worst thing is this podcast.
Yeah, fair enough.
Straight off the bat.
Yeah.
So I'd say the best thing for me is the fact that I've not had to drive to Cherokee for 16 days now. So
Should be season up.
Is that
Yeah,
Is
surely
that-
the joints on it are going to go. The joints are a technical part of a car, I've heard.
no, it's good weather now, isn't it? It's spring weather, so it's fine. It's well within its comfort zone now.
Well within, really?
Oh yeah, well,
it has a comfort zone?
that's a good question, but yeah, it's a fine zone when it gets there. Lee experienced a comfort zone in the Cherokee on the way back from Brighton, didn't you? Torquay, not Brighton, Torquay.
Yeah, I fell asleep just past Birmingham, I think.
Was that the fumes though? Like you were unconscious?
Yeah, it was
Could've
absolutely
been, yeah.
gassed.
Yeah.
No, it's because I had to get the train from Nantwich Station at 5 to 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I was absolutely knackered. So I had no problem falling asleep on the way home.
And
And obviously Johnny was talking at me. So again, no problem to fall asleep.
absolute drone.
Yeah.
I said that the worst thing is probably I feel like I'm missing out on the social media content. I was quite enjoying doing the daily updates on the Cherokee.
Yeah, I
But
should have
now-
said that in my best and worst.
Yeah, now we're obviously down to one a week on the Fanta Friday. So,
Yeah,
but
it's
there's
disappointing.
one
enough.
coming back.
Enough content for the Fanta Friday for a long time.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that'll
When
keep
do you
going.
think you'll use it again? Like on a normal trip where you can put a post on Instagram? Surely you do a pic soon.
I think Monday. Oh, Saturday. Saturday. I need to go to Potters and pick up some plywood sheeting. So Saturday will be an update.
Look forward to that.
Absolutely. And to be fair, I was meant to go to Tipping it about 3 weeks ago.
Well,
So-
just to drop it off.
Yeah. It's currently just full of absolute shit inside, basically, that I need to get rid of, and it has been for 2 weeks. So I'll deal with that. There we go. Right, I think it's time to do our pun 11. Do you want to introduce this one, Lee?
I'm nowhere near ready for that.
Oh, I'm absolutely stormed this. I'm very proud of myself already.
Well, Clouds, sorry, just to interrupt you, but if Clouds would have actually listened to one of these episodes before, he doesn't need to have the answers now. It runs throughout the podcast, so just fire them off whenever.
Ah, thank God.
Obviously, as a listener, you should know that, though. So
Yeah, that's the
Of
point I was
course,
gonna
yes,
make.
as an avid listener, yeah, but there's been quite a big gap, hasn't there, between this one and the last one? Has
Yeah.
there? Yes, it has.
That's because not many people
Good
listened to it when I was on. So they wanted a reset.
I think the worrying thing about this episode is the only people that listen to it are currently in the episode. So I think it's peaked. This audience has peaked already. Go on, Lee. Sorry, I interrupted you before.
I was going to make the same point you were.
John introduced the pun 11 then.
The pun 11 this week is the zoo 11. So I'll be very strict on, they do have to be zoo things you'd find in a zoo. You can't just start throwing any animals out that you wouldn't find in a zoo.
But a zoo animal is okay.
Yeah, hence the zoo 11.
But there's other things you can include from the zoo.
Oh, it doesn't have to
Not
be the
many.
animal, no. If you think of a monorail pun, more than welcome,
Okay, yeah.
for example.
Like
Yeah.
Paul Dogba.
Exactly the type of one we didn't want in there, yeah.
Well, you can take dogs to the zoo, though, can't you?
Wild dogs. They do have wild dogs in the.
You can't
Painted
have a
dogs.
Zoo 11 and start with something as tenuous as a dog. Just open with like Hippo Inzaghi.
Yes.
Unquestionably a zoo animal. Lion Loudrup. There's no ambiguity. Just start with them.
Stop
Lion
taking them all out.
Loudrup.
These are all the
Rhino
good ones, Lee.
Shawcross.
What was that one, boss? Sorry.
Rhino Shawcross.
Right, sure. Yes, nice.
I'm going to go in with Steve Man Panda.
I had Steve Van Panda as well. Excellent.
Mine was Steve Pan. Oh yeah, sorry, Steve Pandanda. Yeah.
Sounds
different,
nightmare.
I love how we've all gone straight there to him.
Oh dear.
He was never going to be left alone, was he?
Yeah.
Raphael van der Vaart.
Oh, you can't. It's the only one. He's just waiting for the right moment to get it out there. Oh, good. Oh, right. Moving on. Look, just put them throughout. I'm gonna.
Wayne Kangaroony.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh god.
Flamingolo Kante.
This is a good. Why have we never done this before? This is a good one.
Denver Barbie Russo.
Oh dear. Right, I'm going to do a quick Cherokee update, and then we can move on to our next actual interesting part of the podcast. Very simple this week. I'm just going to let you know how many followers the Instagram has. If I have a guess, how many followers do you think it has without looking?
The Cherokee or the Ramasp?
The Cherokee, please.
How many? Wait, hold on. In order to give us a clue, how many people does it follow?
I will let you know now.
Just Steve Mandanda.
Yeah. It follows 11 people.
Oh,
17, I'll say.
I was going to go 17, so I'm going to go 16.
Okay. Bod?
I'll go 9.
9. Klaus?
I don't want to, try and like big up the Cherokee podcast, but I feel like there's maybe
The Cherokee podcast, we can do that if you want.
Sorry, the Cherokee Instagram, but
Oh,
I feel like maybe more. I feel like maybe I'm gonna go for 19.
19, wow. The correct number is 17. Well done, Lee.
Oh,
I had a look the other day, and every single person I know, so I haven't yet kind of broken out of the friendship group yet. But
are you hashtagging?
No, absolutely not. No. I feel like I need to, though.
Yeah, I think that's how you're going to get outside of the friendship group, because no one in their right mind would follow.
No. I actually did a bit of market research before setting it up to see if there was an account similar to that, and there's actually quite a few accounts from like the Middle East where people have got them as like all jacked up and like big wheels and stuff, but they take serious pictures of them, like they actually look after the car, unlike mine, which is the whole point of it. So, but yeah, popular thing apparently.
Is there a Jeep Mafia?
Oh, there's always a Jeep
you can
Mafia
get on board with?
Yeah, Terry Richardson. He's the man who runs it.
Have you heard from him recently?
Yeah.
I haven't, no, just the 2 notes. Haven't had a knock at the door late at night yet, but I feel like
he's got to be due one. Maybe he's just sticking to lockdown quite strictly.
I think
his finances could have been impacted by lockdown, so the next offer might be even lower. You never know.
I think if he keeps walking past, he'll see that it's not moved for 2 weeks, and I think he might pounce when it's at its weakest. And
that's how it gets you.
Smart man, Terry. Honestly, Broad says he knows him, so he's obviously been around the block a few times.
Yeah.
Right, Richard Klaus. The next round, segment, whatever it's called. You actually came up with a name for this. So can you give us a date, please? And Lee is going to find out what Kurt Zuma is doing in his Ford Puma.
Did I come up with the name for this?
Well, we came up with it, but then you texted a suggestion and we said, yeah, we thought of it too.
Oh, so. Did I? I remember.
Puma. Yeah.
I remember was it Winston Reed in his Kia Ceed?
That's a good one.
Sorry if that's the next week's segment name. Sorry.
Don't give too much away.
Yeah. Okay, so the date I'm going to pick is the 18th of October, 2017. So not too many years ago, to make sure that there's something on there.
Lee, you on it?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter now. 18th of October, 17.
Yeah.
Did we actually check if has he got a Twitter?
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but
any-
someone will run it on his behalf, like Joe.
Oh yeah, he is. He's been nowhere near it.
Yeah, not a chance.
Any guesses what he might be doing? I think he might have been playing for Stoke then.
He certainly was. I think he was there for 2 seasons, wasn't he?
Was he there when Kenwyne Jones was there?
Must have been.
No comment.
Must have been.
Yeah, I had him for 1 season. He was remarkably good in comparison to the absolute shower that we had in the rest of the team.
He was on loan quite a lot, wasn't he, before he started playing a bit regularly for Chelsea? I can't think. Was it Everton last year? Was it?
Everton, yeah. Is he actually consistently played for Chelsea? Because I get the impression he's been a bit in and out.
He was starting to play consistently, and then he did that backward knee thing, which was very cool, but not very good for his career.
Yeah.
And that's when he was getting a full run in the team. Unfortunately for him, his knees are about as strong as the Cherokee's wheel nuts.
This is one of the moments where me and Lee like to highlight that this originally started out as a football podcast, and we do occasionally actually come up with some genuine football knowledge like that then. So thank you.
I mean, this whole round is entitled with the footballer's name. So, I mean, how much more related to football do the listeners want?
Also, Zoo 11, what are they complaining about when you're coming up with stuff like Adam Lallana?
That is good. Yeah.
Who's Lallana play for now?
Brighton.
That's right. Who's their manager?
Graham Potter.
Graham Otter.
He's definitely there as the manager for sure.
Well, let me settle that.
It was lengthy,
Adam
wasn't it?
Lallana would have been proud of that assist, actually.
Yeah. Were you just waiting for Adam Lallana to come up for that reason?
No, I've got Graham Otter ready to go, but that was a great link. Couldn't turn that down.
Yeah.
Right, I've got 2 tweets. One from the 10th of October and one from the 20th.
Oh, that'll do.
So which one do you want?
Oh, both.
20th is the
20th
one.
is closer, isn't it?
20th, he's just retweeted something else. So do you want that one, or do you want the one where he's actually tweeted some words?
Well, the actual tweet.
10th of October 17, he's tweeted, "Congratulations at Equipe de France."
Oh, is it in French? I was translate it.
No, it's not in French.
Well, what's l'Equipe de France mean then?
Is that not just
France,
is that not just the French team?
Well, I knew that. I was checking if Lee knew because he's not very good at French. I'm good at translating.
Yeah, so good that you didn't know what it meant.
So
I guess the tweet it is the French football team that it links through to. So I guess they had a game on that day, maybe an under-21 game.
Oh yeah.
They won it anyway.
Oh,
no one in the comments has said what game it was really.
He must be in control of his Twitter doing that, because if it was actually a genuine agent doing it, they would have actually written something useful. That's
a genuine what doing it? Sorry,
agent.
Thank you. Yeah. God, I was like, what are we on here?
Outsourcing.
It's these microphone and laptops. Very very sloppy technology.
Well, I'll tell you where you wouldn't find that sloppy technology. No, I'm not going there. I'm getting a beer instead.
Right then, we're going to do a new round, and we're going to pick
El
on
Jaguar Elka.
What is this? Is that an elk or jaguar? There's 2 in there, isn't there? Can you have an elk in a zoo?
Bill.
What's an elk?
It's like a deer, isn't it?
Yeah, like a
Is it what we call them in like Canada and stuff?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, double end, captain.
Excellent, captain.
Speaking more about goats, really, you could have Lion Messi.
Lion Messi, nice. Yeah.
Lionel Messi.
Yeah, I've got Lionel Messi.
I thought you were going with
That's
Sean.
better than Martin Laudrup, that is, yeah.
I thought you were going to go with Sean Goater when you said goat, but I was like, it's a farmyard animal, but still, it was a good one. Right, this is where we make some people uncomfortable. We're going to delve into people's Google search history. Who we have in Towers? Obviously, we can do. I had a look at mine, and mine's disappointingly boring, actually. So there's not actually.
I'm going to do mine, and then I'll list 10 out, and then if anyone wants any, you can pick 2 that you can get further clarification on.
Okay, yeah.
So let me sort this out. Talk amongst yourselves, bit of dead air.
This is what people come to the Remaster for.
Yeah.
There's only one interesting one on mine, and it's just packet mash. that was literally 10 minutes ago, and I was trying to remember the name of the funny potato smash. That was it. So I'll rule myself out this one. I could tell you my incognito history if you want.
Risky.
What time does it go out?
Just late night TV.
Klaus, you can give us a bit of your internet search history. I'm intrigued as a man who's doing up a house.
James Warden Prowse.
James
Game Warden.
Very good.
So the most recent one is zoo animals, just to refresh my knowledge of zoo animals. It's been a while since just couldn't think of any to get my punning going.
Of course, yeah.
Then there's not really any interesting ones, to be honest. Beer Roadmap pops up.
Oh yeah, so you still on that, yeah.
Check when we could, beer together. Teaching jobs, a bit boring.
Been sacked already.
Yeah. Well, preempting it really. There's been a few questionable lessons so far, so better to cover yourself.
You were saying you weren't very happy with your colleagues as well, weren't you, at the moment in your current job?
Yeah, it's not a great environment to work at, really.
No,
the school
fucking hopeless.
Just working with regionals.
Absolutely woeful they are.
When you've come from a strong leadership position such as myself, then to then work under people as well is quite a backward step.
Well, I'm not having those accusations. I didn't touch you in those ways.
But that's not what the report said. But anyway, moving on. Not really anything interesting. Then a couple of I've searched for Warzone news. Not that I'm interested in what the battles are around the world. I'm looking for updates are coming. And the most interesting one is the Rwandan flag I searched for.
Oh, good.
What it looked like.
Yeah.
But why have you searched that, man?
Yeah, why have you searched up the Rwandan flag?
Really like the film Hotel Rwanda. It inspires like quite a few movements and strategies and things. So I was just interested.
Good
what
answer.
Mike was being a geography teacher.
I've got my 10. They're not very good.
Go on.
Well, here we go. The day today. Joe Cole IMDb.
Is there a link between these, like your quiz rounds, Lee? Or...
No. Australian beers.
Was that a Joe Cole IMDb?
Yeah.
Right.
Australian beers. Alanis Morissette. Kusal Pereira, West Indies. Eurovision odds checker. Granada
already.
Television. Granada Television. Raquel May, Bournemouth dad. Partridge
needs a bit more explanation.
Partridge script, laser beam Jaffers. Gorilla cricket. You can pick 2 of them, and I'll give you some further context.
I think the Raquel May one has to be.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah, go on, give us a bit on that.
So on Saturday, I think it was Saturday, Southampton played Bournemouth in the FA Cup. So I was playing champ manager, so I had that on in the background. And Bournemouth have got a midfielder on loan from Atletico Madrid, and his surname is Riquelme.
Okay.
So that begs the question:
is it the Riquelme?
Who's his dad?
They have to be just.
It's not a very common surname, I don't think.
I've not seen it anywhere else. It turns out it's not his dad. He's not related at all.
No. It did need asking, though, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what Google's for, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can have one more.
I'll let Bob pick, and then Bob's going to give us a bit of his search history.
Well, I'm going to disappoint you and just say that I can't figure out how to do that.
Everything that Bob does is incognito. No trace whatsoever.
Never leave a trace.
Just a mild whiff of Kip But
Is it just that it's that bad that you can't repeat any of it?
No, all I can see is trending searches, which I have not looked for any of these things.
Oh yeah, that's what you tell Lisa.
Go on, Lee. Tell us a bit more about I've forgotten them all. I'll be honest with you.
there was gorilla
Read them again?
cricket.
Oh, gorilla cricket. Yeah, go on. So I'll look at that one.
So England have been touring India. So they've been playing they played some test matches and they were on Channel 4. They played some limited overs games, 5 T20s, and they just started the ODIs. So they are on Sky, so I can't watch them easily.
Oh, yeah.
There's no commentary on TMS. It's on TalkSport, which I refuse to listen to. Too good for that. So I was looking for some other commentary, and there's a radio, like a cricket commentary sort of feed or radio station like called Gorilla Cricket. So I was listening to it on that.
Broughton, this is literally the dullest Monday, most moribund evening I've ever had.
Top content.
Where he is.
What an introduction.
Back out now, honestly.
Okay, see you, bye. That's
Oh,
what.
dear.
Oh, flat Fanta.
Absolutely. You all right, mate?
Yeah, very good, thank you. You guys okay?
Oh, yeah.
No, send help.
Just hold up a sign like that, silent, like saying that. Lee is just
hand forth PC Clark, and I just thought this is going to go.
he's just telling us about how he's been googling a guerrilla radio cricket station.
Excellent.
I lost track, Lee. Did you find one?
Yeah, it's called Gorilla Cricket. That's like the name of it. So I was listening
Oh, is
to
it?
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay.
So not something that's going on in a zoo.
No, although you can get
if-
gorilla.
If he was, I'd have Axel Orangutan Zebi as my wicket keeper.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the pun 11 brought is zoo animals or things in a zoo.
Very good. Yeah.
Snake Livermore.
Snake Livermore. Thomas Lima.
Oh, I've got that as well. What's
Yeah, good
bingo,
one.
Got him
bingo.
Yeah, it's a good one, that.
I've got Hippopotamus Sushek.
Oh dear. Right, what are we on now? You've done well, bro. You've missed about half of the podcast. So you've just arrived on what is possibly the best round, actually. The hoof, the whole hoof, and nothing but the hoof.
Yeah.
Paul Frogber.
This is what I came for.
Paul Frogber. That is, yeah, it's better than Dogber. There are frogs in the zoo.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to give you 4 facts. No, hang on. What is it? 3. Right. I'm going to say 4 things, and then
Alston Fring-tailed lemur.
Wow.
just keep going whilst I sort out. I don't understand what I've
Oh, I'm
this
done
round.
after that. That's no, I can't go on with it.
How many episodes have you done now for a mask?
Lee?
17.
Right, here we are. So I'm going to tell you 4 things. 3 of them are true. 1 of them is not true. So you need to tell me what is the hoof, the whole hoof, and nothing but the hoof.
But there's 3 hooves.
3 hoofs, 1 non-hoof.
Right.
So
There are names and where does it with 3?
no, not really.
No.
Anyway, we'll have a go. Right.
It's the hooves, the whole hooves, and nothing but the hooves.
There we go.
There we go.
Right, number 1. Kenwyne Jones scored an average of 0.15 goals per league game at Stoke.
So glad you didn't open with sign for Stoke in what year?
I didn't want to go too big early on.
Yeah, no one knows the answer to that.
The second piece of information, Kenwyne Jones signed for Stoke in 2004.
How is that possibly verifiable?
How old is Kenwyne Jones?
These are questions that you'll have.
Verifiable.
you'll have to research yourself. I can't give any more information from what I have in front of me. Kenwyne Jones is the third one. Probably getting a sense of the theme now. Kenwyne Jones's total transfer fees during his whole career are £17.27 million. That's 17.27 million. And then finally, Kenwyne Jones was the top scoring Premier League player in the FA Cup finals in 2011. So just for context, that was when Stoke reached the final. So the scoring charts for the whole of the FA Cup in that season, Kenwyne Jones was the top scoring Premier League player.
So one's false.
One of those is not the hoof, the whole hoof, and nothing but the hoof.
Sorry, I didn't realise you were contractually obliged to say it that way.
It's yes. we have an agreement with Big Bobby H. He's going to go grab himself a little drink. I'll show you mull over the options there.
I mean, 0.15 is a pretty shocking strike rate.
It's just over 1 in 8.
I mean, that's so okay for a defender.
I think that's fairly. I think that's going to be true then, because that's that's what attackers at Stoke are.
It doesn't really correlate with the being a top scoring forward in the FA Cup, does it? So you'd think that it'd be a bit higher than that.
I once learned the year that Kenwyne Jones joined Stoke, but it's been that long since I've had to use that information. It's obviously fallen out of my brain.
I suffer that every single time. It just never stays in.
We must have all learned when he signed for Stoke at least once, and none of us remember it at all.
I remember the last time we did a quiz all together, I learnt it the day before and managed to remember it, and it was one of the proudest moments of my life.
Along with the used price values of BMW M3s.
That's right, which, despite being unknowledgeable, let's say, initially, I've come a long way with.
Just that simple add a 0 or 2 works most of the time, doesn't it?
Yeah, double it is now my rule. Just double it.
Double it. Yeah, double it.
You on the Frenchies over there, Hayhurst, on the stubbies?
Cool little stubbies.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, they're my emergency beers. They're compact enough to justify fridge space all of the time.
Yeah, nice.
Do they affect the stutter as well, or is it just bud?
What's that, sorry?
Do they affect the stutter as well, or is it just bud?
If anything, this has made it better. I think I'm getting more confident, less stuttery.
Maybe that would help in the school day as well.
I've got no doubt. It's a good job we've got those concealed mugs.
TBA. Right, Lee, what are you saying? What is not the hoof, the whole hoof, and nothing but the hoof?
The year he signed.
So you think that is false?
Yeah.
Okay. Hayhurst, what are you thinking?
I also think that is false.
Okay. Mr. Clowes?
I concur.
Bod?
I think somehow you've managed to find out when he was signed. Don't know how. I think you found that out.
Okay.
I'm going to say that 0.15 goals a game is so bad that it can't possibly be true.
It's a very logical, well thought out point. It's very measured. Broad.
I mean, unless he played in defence a lot, we don't know what position he played for most of the time. We think he was a forward, but he could have been a centre back.
He played right back for a while.
Exactly. Yeah, that's decent for a right back, isn't it?
I mean, I'd expect my goalkeeper to score more goals than that.
Richie?
For Fanta alone, it has to be the year that he signed.
Well, I can reveal that none of you are correct.
Wow.
I'm afraid. So we'll just work through them again. Kenwyne Jones did score an average of 0.15 goals per league game at Stoke. Remarkable.
Newcastle about 40 million for that.
He's straight in the starting lineup. Kenwyne Jones did actually sign for Stoke in 2004 on loan from Southampton.
Oh,
Very good.
Yeah.
A loophole.
Allegedly.
That is a Kevin Sumner Kipper special for you there. Legs akimbo, just gone right through. Cameron Jones's total transfer fees are 17.27 million. So D, Cameron Jones was not the top scoring Premier League player in the run to the FA Cup final. To redeem yourself, can anyone tell me who actually was the Premier League top scorer in the FA Cup that year?
Guerrero?
Nope. Think closer to home.
So a Stoke player.
Ricardo Fuller,
Correct. Not Ricardo Fuller, but you're in the right.
Etherington.
Nope.
Johnny Walters.
Actually, John Walters was the highest scoring Premier League player in that FA Cup run.
What a year.
Didn't know he was there then.
Yeah. It was heroic stuff. He scored 2 in the mauling of
Tournament.
Right then, speaking of mauling, let's maul the media in the Jonathan Mottram Media Watch. I'm just going to read you a few headlines out to get your thoughts on them. Just 2 this week.
Are you going to Troy Parrot these out, are you?
Oh, nice.
I heard that Troy Parrott at Tottenham is absolutely horrendous on the training ground, because whatever you say to him, he just repeats it.
Simple. Oh dear. Right then, a couple of headlines for you. I just want your thoughts really. First one, we might have seen this one. Quite confused by this. BBC Sport this, so you'd think pretty reputable. Shouldn't be any sloppy journalism there. Headline was just Manchester United to play Granada. I mean, Lee, as you in particular had some issue with this, didn't you?
Yeah, an ITV television region's done well to reach the quarterfinals of the Europa League, but I don't think they've got much of a chance against Man United. That's just a free pass, isn't it?
Well, a free pass.
I don't know. You have to put up with a lot of adverts, don't you?
Yeah.
I was going to say a free pass.
It's not free if they're taking your time in the breaks.
Interesting. So looking
I think
forward to
Granada
that.
beat Carlton in the last round. That was a good result, but
A Vauxhall Carlton.
I don't think they'll do too well against Man United. I'm surprised that they're even in the Europa League.
And then the next
How many
one.
years has it been the Europa League now? Still called the UEFA Cup.
15.
Probably.
And the next one, I was just personally confused at this. Might need a bit of unpicking this one. This is from The Sun, so rock solid journalism for this one. The headline was just this. It says, Ryan Giggs and ex-girlfriend Kate Greville at loggerheads over who keeps dog.
Is that the town in Shropshire?
Yeah.
I think there's one. It might be one in Staffordshire as well. There's a few of them around.
There's a lot here that confuses me. So just discuss away.
Who's the other woman they're talking about?
That's that. Yeah, there's the third party involved, and there's no name.
Is the girlfriend the dog, or
it's not? I'll read it. Ryan Giggs and ex-girlfriend Kate Greville at loggerheads over who keeps dog. Just who
there's
keeps
4
dog.
people then?
Yeah, it's a love triangle, obviously.
It's
Love Square.
because does this involve who was this Wayne Bridge? Is this that same saga? Wayne Bridge's ex-wife? Or was that Terry?
That was
Terry.
That was John Terry, I think. Was it not Ryan Giggs's brother who's also involved in this?
Then he did that whole Paddy Power advert, didn't he?
And in fact, was the pub that he was in called The Dog?
I know he just won some award, hadn't he, for like a lifetime achievement for being stand-up bloke and a model professional for all. And then and he sleeps with his brother's wife or girlfriend or whatever it was.
Or dog.
Or dog.
Or dog.
That'll make the headlines.
It's like from Phoenix Knights and Keith Lard.
Yeah.
Oh, fan of an Alsatian. Can't get an Alsatian to testify them. Right, Towers, do you want to hand over to this round? I think this was your current affairs round, wasn't it?
Yeah. What did I put on the thing?
Or do you want me to read it out for you?
Yeah, you can read it out.
So some actual football chat now. Who's going to get relegated? You haven't put a league, so should we just?
Oh, why have you done this to Rich?
Well, should we do like La Liga 2? He hasn't put a league on.
Premier League, who's going to get relegated? I think you can write Sheffield United. You can write them off. I think the gap for them's wider than your back, Klaus. West Brom can go as well.
Derby in there,
and then
Ipswich.
Basically, are Newcastle going to go down?
I think they'll keep scraping draws and stay up. And Bruce will be like Mike Bassett go round.
But the thing is here, if you think that, Johnny, who's going to be worse than them to get relegated?
If I look at the table, I've not just looked at the table for a while.
Like Brighton play well, don't they? But they just don't score goals unless they're playing Newcastle.
It's because they've got a llama on the wing.
And an manager.
They're managed by an officer.
Hasn't he just gone off injured for Wales tonight? Oh no, sorry, that was never mind. I was reading something else.
I mean, to be honest, that's the name of the team for the 2-11, Wales.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Rule Fox.
Rule Fox, yeah. Right, so
Gareth Whale.
Gareth Whale. So Fulham.
Kamal Lascelles. Camel Lascelles.
Camel Lascelles. Newcastle have got 2 points ahead of Fulham, and they've got a game in hand.
They'll be 2 points ahead of Fulham.
Just about to say so. Ahead of Fulham.
Do they play Fulham at some point as well? Though?
Last day of the season, I think.
Oh yeah, proper 6-pointer on the last day.
Oh
no.
So that's when it's going to happen. It's written in the stars already.
Yeah, Mitrovic is going to send them back down.
Yeah.
So if Brighton and Hove Albion together have got 32 points, do they just share them half and half? Because that puts them right down in it.
It's a puts them with Sheffield, that does, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just fall. You fall down like a wormhole on the internet. You end up just clicking through links,
and you straight back to Badass Mill.
Yeah, just there again. I'm just looking at the top scorers for Newcastle this season, and did you know that Andy Carroll has the same goal ratio as Cameron Jones, 0.15?
Quality only at that rate. It's hard to hit that number exactly.
Any look on the Andy Carroll captain situation, Lee, in fantasy football?
No. Changed the vice captain in January to Mane. We're better off with Carroll, I think.
Yeah, true.
Fucking terrible.
Oh, dear.
No wonder Newcastle are so bad. If Carroll's not getting a shot in the team, then of course they're going to struggle, aren't they? Don't keep your best player on the bench.
Not rocket science, is it?
Yeah.
What were you saying before? Newcastle was struggling to score goals, and you got him on the bench.
Speak for yourself.
Looking at his stats, he's played 20 games this season. He's scored 1.
Yeah, but what a one!
A lot of them. They're like substitute performances, aren't they? So he's not getting a fair crack at it. Bring him on with 10 minutes. Of course, he's not going to score.
Probably
it's good that he's got 1.
Is he very fast though anymore? Is he got much speed to him?
I don't think he was very fast before, was he?
No, I'm just asking because he's got to be faster than Alexander Soloff. Alexander Soloff.
Are you at the bottom of your list now?
Yeah, that's it. I'm out. He plays for RB Leipzig. Had a great season in Turkey last year, and ended up being bought for a release clause from Crystal Palace. While Crystal Palace were having a huge goal drought last season.
You know who they Crystal Palace signed to try and end that goal drought? Michy Batshuayi?
I don't think Newcastle really could do much better than some of their past players, to be honest. Crocodile Ranger was always a good player.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm out.
Just going back to the Andy Carroll goal situation, there's a column here that says minutes per goal, and then there's a column next to it that he's the only one with a number, and it just says days per goal. Oh, poor old Andy. Right, what was the topic of discussion? What we put earlier? Who's going to get top 4? And then it says below it, pathetic that top 4 is now a thing. What does that mean?
It's just an arbitrary thing of people who qualify for a competition. I totally agree that it's absolute bollocks.
That's what I meant.
Oh, you think it's ridiculous that there's a top 4 for like?
No, I think
No,
I just think that the top 4 and how they become the big 4 every single season is ridiculous.
Right.
What would you do? Like skip straight from 3rd to 5th?
Yeah, ideally, you just get 1st and then 5th. Get rid of the other 3. No, but it's the concept that of the top 4, like, because you could go, well, top 6, top 10. It's got more of a ring to it.
Just saying numbers now.
I just am. So why stop at 4? I mean, the argument that I'm putting across is not nearly as eloquent as I imagine Lee can put it, but I understand the sentiment behind it, Lee, is what I'm trying to say.
thanks.
Koala Amiobi. Koala. It doesn't work.
Now you're just making sounds.
On paper, that should work if you look at the letters and the way it's spelled, but it doesn't come out well. Top 4, I think Liverpool are going to win the league. I think City will just scrape the top 4.
I should just say we're filming this back in September.
Yes, yeah. So it's a backdated episode.
Yeah.
United find them. Van Nistelrooy can't stop scoring. He's doing great job.
Certainly, Nani's absolutely on fire.
Kevin Jones' scoring rate's been good recently as well, hasn't it? It's been about 0.15 goals a game.
For Sunderland.
Yeah.
So the top 4 at the minute is City, then Man United. Oh, Leicester are 3rd. It's pretty impressive. And Chelsea 4th. Oh, then West Ham.
That'll be the top 4.
Oh, we're on 5 and 6 now.
Oh, so why not carry on talking about it?
Tottenham have had a pretty shocking session.
Yeah, but there are still only 3 points
managers and absolute shit out.
Yeah.
Are they out of everything now? Like
no, they're in the final of the Carabao Cup, the Capital One or whatever it's called nowadays.
Okay, yeah.
KLV Vivans Trophy.
Yeah, so they're going to get absolutely spanked by Man City in that.
Worthington Cup.
Unless, and this is perfectly fitting in with Jose's narrative, unless they obviously will beat City and eventually win a trophy, the worst trophy to win as a top flight club, and they will never shut up about it.
And then he'll claim it's been a successful season.
Exactly, it will validate him, which is the last thing that man needs.
Well, have you noticed that? It's quite interesting. Like, I've noticed in the recent years, like, people talk about trophies. So it's not like the value of the trophy. So, like, for example, like Messi, you say that Messi has won this many trophies at Barcelona. Yeah, some of them are like the cup winners, whatever it is, when they play in Al Ali, whatever it is.
Whoa! The Club World Cup is a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Many things are things.
Yeah.
Many things are things, and that is a thing.
I don't know. It just feels like
it's not the Audi Cup that Tottenham won, is it?
Into Toto.
God. What was we went to see one, Cloud, didn't we? Was it London at the Arsenal Stadium? What was that? That was like a friendly tournament, wasn't it? Do you remember?
Was that not the Emirates Cup then? That they were.
That was it. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And I think was it not played between teams that are all sponsored by Emirates, and that's how they get them.
It's just a pre-season tournament, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah.
All that business going on. Right, absolutely nailed that topic. Next one. Lee has just put here. Does anyone actually know who's near the top of the championship?
Yeah, Norwich.
Yeah.
Long way up.
Give me a second to go to the championship table.
I think Brentford aren't far behind. Well, are up there too. You've got Middlesbrough, I want to say that.
Watford?
Watford are certainly there or thereabouts. I think they're in second or third.
Yeah, they're coming up at least 5 wins.
Reading are around there.
I think Barnsley were 5th when I last looked.
Yeah,
yes, Barnsley are up there for sure.
Watford are second. Didn't actually know that. I thought they were like 4th or 5th.
Brentford.
Stoke must be pretty high. You know, they're just not long out of the Premier League, so they've probably still got a good squad. They should be top 4, shouldn't they? You know, like
if you
top
click
4,
on
top 4.
Yeah.
What is the top 4?
Top 4.
It's just an arbitrary number, Rich. We just chose 4 for no reason. We could go top 6, which actually might matter in the championship, or we could go top 12.
I would say go at least top 11 for.
Oh, odd number. Interesting.
What about 13? A baker's dozen, top baker's dozen.
Yeah, and you could have it sponsored by Warburton's.
Oh, you absolutely could.
Why don't you go top 16 then? Preston are in there.
Yeah.
Excellent. Then we can talk about them and them sacking the best manager they've had for a long time.
Yeah.
Does Paul Gallagher still play for Preston?
I think he's still around. Yeah.
He was the singer in Oasis.
He was the third brother, never did anything, couldn't even play the tambourine. So Paul Gallagher should still be there. I think he's on a 1-year contract.
He's 36. Wow.
Yeah, but they sacked Neil, which is a terrible decision because considering the amount of resources that they put into that club, the fact that they're still in the championship is miraculous. Also, signing a rapist, not a great move, because despite paying off his victim, he's still a rapist in the form of Ched Evans.
Cheddar Evans.
Yeah. So
right in the cheese 11.
Obviously, those two moves together make me absolutely despise Preston at the moment, as someone who follows them quite closely. So they can royally get fucked and hopefully relegated soon, to teach them a fucking lesson.
At least you can fall back on your other team, Liverpool, who are doing okay at the moment.
Still champions, so
the Champions League.
Yeah, might get top 4 as well. Top 4.
Still get top 4. Yeah, that's a big thing.
Still champions of the Premier League. To be honest, they could go into a 10-year hiatus now, finishing firmly mid-table, sack Klopp. What 2 years I've just had. I'm quite happy to turn back into a proper Liverpool fan and just think about the past over and over again. Sign me up for that. It's what I'm used to. I wasn't even there for the past that I had to talk about before.
I've got a good reference point now.
They could still do a pretty good job in the Champions League, I thought. I would have thought they'd have a good chance beating Madrid.
There's bad blood. Wow. Obviously, you've seen the Mo Salah and Sergio Ramos training for WrestleMania. I'm thoroughly enjoying that grudge match between the two of those when it happened.
If there was like a real fight between Salah and Ramos, who do you think could win?
Absolutely, Ramos. He'd absolutely bash him. His skull would be caved in within a couple of.
To be fair, if it was Ramos versus Tyson Fury, you'd probably bet on Ramos. I just think he's just an angry man. More angry.
I feel like Salah might kind of dart around a bit though. He's got a bit of a quick turn.
But look, anyone who watched Game of Thrones saw the snake get his eyes gouged out, and that's exactly what will happen. It's the snake versus the mountain, and he loses his eyes.
Yeah, Ramos doesn't know well. Physically crushing a man's skull with his bare hands.
That's exactly what I imagine would happen in that fight.
And then getting a red card and being like,
Not bothered.
Just another one. I think, has he not amassed enough bans / red cards that he's actually been banned for a whole season now across his career?
Probably.
He's
Good
on
chance.
like 28 reds.
Is it?
So
So-
some of
so-
them won't be straight reds, but I reckon he must have been banned for 38 games then, mustn't he?
Yeah,
Easy.
absolute sterling effort, that is.
And
Isn't he like
he's still got
second
like,
top scorer?
yeah, he's got like all those like, appearance records and stuff still. So think the number of appearances he'd had without all them games off
Yeah.
as well.
He must have had 0 injuries, and the only time he's ever missed a game was through disciplinary.
Well, that's how you stay fit, isn't it? Regular breaks.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah,
Really.
He stayed at the top of the game because he's had so many disciplinary actions against him.
Clever stuff.
Wise man.
Red card every year just before Christmas,
No, that's Neymar's bag. So
just
that he
before
can,
the end of the
go
season
home
as well,
and-
so you can
Yeah.
go home early.
Go home and celebrate his sister's birthday with her.
Yeah, celebrate Christmas with his sister.
This is Neymar now, not Sergio Ramos. Sergio, if you're watching this, I'm not talking about you. You having an unnatural relationship with your sister. Certainly not you.
Right, I've got an absolute corker to finish on now. Lee Towers' favourite round. This will be the moment when he just decides to leave the Zoom call because we're going to look at, is it free? Found a great little website.
Oh, hold on, before we move on to that, I was under the
yeah.
impression that we were meant to bring a topic, so I've brought.
Oh, please do.
I've brought the topic.
Oh, go on.
What does world class mean?
Oh,
I can well get on board with this. It's just a made-up term that doesn't mean anything. It can never be defined.
Do you prefer it to top 4 or which one's worse?
Oh, world class is infinitely worse for me.
Oh, really?
My point for top 4 is people talk about it as if it's an achievement.
Hmm.
It's not an achievement to come fourth.
And get in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Well,
but
to us,
who
You're
remembers
part of the problem there, Richard.
Yeah.
I'm playing devil's advocate, but I might
But no,
also agree with it.
I do agree with Klaus. For example, like if Leicester get top 4, I think that is a very good achievement for their team.
No,
Whereas like Chelsea or
no.
But why?
Top four isn't the achievement. Finishing high in the league is the achievement. The top 4 is arbitrary.
So is it just a phrase you don't like?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly it.
Oh, so if you said finish
if
in a,
Leicester come third, they've done well. I'm not saying it's detriment to them.
They've done brilliantly, yeah.
Yeah,
Top 3, isn't it?
just-
Yeah,
it's
done
like-
well there.
in October, September, they'll be talking about top 4.
Yeah.
Remembers who comes third. No one remembers who comes fourth. No English team's going to win the Champions League anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm going to get another beer before we start the world class chat because I feel like I'm going to need it.
I was going to move because Hayhurst is definitely going to go.
Not from me, you. I'm 100%
Yeah.
in agree with you, Hayhurst, no matter how many beers you have.
Yeah, no. I need it for my own sake. Some of the stuff that I know that Jonathan's going to say just to make me lose my head will work. So I need to go and get one.
where are you going, Johnny?
Is he going to the Blair Witch project?
Just into the living room, so don't.
I feel like the whole, like the whole top 4, top 5, whatever, that will depend on who you follow. Because if Newcastle were to finish in the top 4, that to me, as a Newcastle fan, would be like winning the Champions League or winning the Premiership, because that is a fucking achievement, that is, for Newcastle. Because
What I've heard is that Newcastle fans expect that.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Top 17 is an achievement for Newcastle, isn't it?
I still remember the season where Pardew got us into 5th, and we went on a UEFA fucking tour and ended up playing amazing.
Really kicked on from then.
Kicked on.
How many years was his contract? 7 or 9? I can't quite remember.
I think it was in the middle. I think it was 8.
Either's ridiculous, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, outrageously long and short-lived it was in the end.
But that puts that into context, doesn't it?
How good it was. They wanted to lock
how
him
good
in.
the top 5 finish was in the northeast in
Top
football.
5, you said?
They finished 5th, And that was it then. Everyone lost their minds and was like, this guy's the greatest manager in the world. Let's give him 8 years. And they're right, because fucking look at us now.
Should have kept all the parts. Should have never let him join the roundabout again.
No.
You can't.
I mean,
After he did that dance in the FA Cup final, he should have had his coaching bags taken off him.
All downhill after that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Pards is a world-class manager.
In fact, Bod, that's hit a different point altogether. I'm talking about when players are classified as world class, whereas that is a whole new kettle of fish when you start referring to managers as world class. So I don't believe we've got time tonight to explore both.
Can I just pose a question for you?
Please do.
Do you think it's an achievement to get a bronze medal at the Olympics?
No, not interested.
So you don't think it's an achievement to be the third best person in the world at a certain sport?
Well, there's 2 people better than you, aren't there? So
it's still a good achievement, isn't it?
All right.
You could link this back to top 4, couldn't you?
But that's what I'm trying to get at. You know,
okay. Sorry.
I think a bronze medal is a good achievement. You know,
you're right, Jonathan. But they don't give out bronze trophies in the Premier League.
Well, maybe they should.
Well, if they started, then it would be an achievement, wouldn't it? But it's
there
not.
We go.
and they don't.
The thing that frustrates me,
which is an absolute farce, by the way. They shouldn't.
The issue I have with the world class phrase is that the way that commentators present this phrase of world class is that if you do it at a World Cup, that means you're apparently world class because it's on the world stage. But for me, I don't see why the World Cup is like the biggest stage. I don't see like why the World Cup is. I know it's like the tournament, but for example, isn't the quality of the football in the Champions League, for example, or the best 2 teams, like when Real play Barca, isn't that potentially the best football in comparison to the world? Well, I don't know. Like, to be classed as world class because you scored 9 goals at a World Cup when 6 of them were against Peru.
Yeah.
To me, world class is like you would get in a World 11. That's how I would sort of define it.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Yeah.
Or if you were having a 2 world teams playing each other.
Yeah, so you've got like the 2 best players in their position.
Yeah, thank you. And this is an argument that I've had posed to me, and I've said, all right, I can go with that. I can go with a World 11 versus a World 11 format. But once upon a time, I was on a train to Stoke with 2 entirely sober gentlemen who tried to convince me that Hazard was world class, and he's fucking not.
Who was that? Sorry, it just cut out when you said the name.
Eden Hazard.
Oh, Eden Hazard.
And he's never fucking been that. Ever.
Well, first
bring his numbers up all you would like, Jonathan. He doesn't even approach the conversation.
The issue I have is I was actually talking about Thorgan Hazard, his brother.
Who probably has quite comparable numbers since we had that conversation.
He's scored a lot for Real Madrid, hasn't he?
Well, then,
yes, I think he's scored more goals in his career than he's played minutes for Real Madrid.
If you're going off stats, then does that mean that Zidane was world class?
No, it doesn't necessarily matter about stats, but that was the argument that was posed to me on the train when they tried to convince me of it.
I think I was just winding up. I can't even remember what I said.
I believe you were just being the middleman, and it was the other man who was trying to convince me that he was very good. And I'm quite happy to classify him as a very good footballer, but to claim that he is the best in the world just wasn't true at the time, and it's never been true.
So what we're saying is there needs to be a certain amount of consistency as well. Then so
that's right, Richard.
At the very top game for I don't know what, like 5 seasons, 6 seasons, and
It has to be but it has to be consistently done.
Yeah.
Because
what if the player has the ability just to turn it on and be world class? For example, like Shola Amiobi in the derbies just became an absolute animal. In that moment, he could take on anyone.
But this is it. Lots of people do that, and commentators are the worst for this. Commentators are the perpetrators of this sin more than anyone else. When they say that was world class,
yeah,
absolute bollocks. You can see some world class football then on a Monday night in Nantwich on the Barony.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, can you?
You can.
Not at the minute.
It's feasible that you can see world class football on a Monday night at the Barony, and we all know
Between 7 and 8 o'clock.
Yeah, before some other people turn up to clean the
Completely
pitch
feasible.
at 8.
Yeah.
It's a very glass half full attitude, Mr. Hayhurst. I admire it.
No,
I
absolutely.
think if they saw us playing at 8 o'clock on a Monday, that could stop football again.
This isn't doing anyone's fitness or mental health and well-being any good.
This is not worth the risk, is it?
No.
Oh, dear.
So yeah, because for one moment within a second, somebody who is absolutely dog shit at football the rest of the time could be world class, which is absolute nonsense.
So, like, if you say nutmegged a Premier League player,
Carry on.
Hold on. Look,
or you did a close turn on him,
you
something
say
like
that.
world class.
Let's throw a crazy
don't lie, do they?
let's throw a crazy wildcat example out there that I would agree with that is world class. Is if a goalkeeper from a lower league
I'm listening.
came up against a Premier League footballer, Cruyff turned him and then nutmegged him. For me, that is world class. Because he's done it against the highest level of opponent possible that he could possibly do it against.
If Edison did that, everyone would be in no doubt that that's world class, wouldn't they? So
that's right. And to be honest, the fact that he hasn't is an indictment to his skill levels. So the fact that he's not done that, whereas other players have, against that level of opponent, they surely are world class rather than Edison, who's widely regarded as one of the best 2 goalkeepers in the world.
You've just got to ask yourself, why hasn't he done it?
That's right, because he can't. I imagine. Yeah,
he can't.
There's so few players, especially that play in goal, that can do that.
That was a lovely little discussion there. Hey, thank you. You should choose the podcast topics next time, because that was the best bit of conversation we've had.
And football related.
And football related, yeah, very good.
No, I was talking about world-class BMW. What were you guys talking about?
Going to take some editing out that.
Thinly veiled as football.
Right, Lee, I found a website that I think might be of interest to you.
Is this one of the ones that you use late at night that you tell your students about, or
this is an incognito one. Don't want anyone.
Okay.
No track and trace on this. The website is called topcashback.co.uk. Have you heard about it?
No.
So look at that. That enthusiasm just sets the scene nicely.
The walls are up straight away.
So basically, the principle is of this website. You sign up for the website. No money exchanges hands with this website. So I've not, and obviously I've signed up. Up to my knees in it now.
Just out of interest, can you sign up without entering any bank or card details?
Yes.
Can I preempt Lee's response?
Of course you can, yeah.
The name of the business instantly sets off alarm bells for is it free, because it's cash back. So you've got to part with cash to get cash back.
Well, bear with me. So
but it's the top the top amount of cashback, and that's why they've
Exactly.
named. That's
Exactly.
why
If it
they've
was
named
top
it.
four
So.
cashback, then I'd be sold. But
Well,
Is
you
it-
just allow me to divulge you a little further. So basically, you sign up to this website, and then I can then go to a different website. So I could, for example, go to Amazon. I could buy something for £20, and then in my top cashback account, I then start to get money. And then I can then withdraw that money to my account. So I'm getting free money. Thoughts on that, Lee?
How does the money end up back in your account?
It comes to your PayPal. So get money. I'm quoting directly from the website now.
Okay, so what's the trigger for the money to move back to your account? What has to happen?
I click withdraw.
What has to happen
Withdraw money.
for the money to even be in that account ready to withdraw?
I've bought something on a different
What
website.
something?
I've what? Sorry.
You broke up then. Sorry, I think you what something?
I bought something.
Right, that's the end of the conversation then. Next.
It's from a different website, though.
It doesn't matter.
Well, the fact is, if you take out, so let's say, for example, top cashback, right? I've not got that account. I've just spent £20 on chewing gum, and I've got £20 worth of chewing gum. Same principle. I can buy the exact
bars,
same.
you could have said.
Oh, yeah. I spend £20
Too
on
much
the exact
time.
same thing, but this website comes into play, free money
it's essentially like a discount code, though, isn't it?
or free money. Anyway, some of the things that this website also offers, thought might be of interest to you.
How much
this-
are they paying you, Johnny?
Well,
is this the first sponsor of the
Yeah.
podcast?
You have to declare it if it's product placement, don't you?
well, one of the websites that you then kind of get linked to when you're working with topcashback.co.uk is a second
find
website. It's close to this website is called magicfreebiesuk.co.uk.
Okay.
And some of the things I've just picked out 3 things that I thought were quite useful, all free. The first one was a free gold investment pack. So,
How many O's are there? Is it gold?
It sounds a lot like a Ponzi scheme.
Says, learn more about investing in gold with this free investment pack. Gold is often seen as a safe haven for investors. So in the current uncertain economic ... That's all you've got.
Does it have a picture of a little leprechaun next to it? Because if it does, I wouldn't go anywhere near it.
And it's like rainbow across the background.
I'll post it in the chat so you can see.
Please don't.
Obviously, you might be tempted. I can only recommend the scheme. It's
How much have you invested in it?
Everything I have is gone, mate. I'll be honest. I've lost everything.
Speaking of
all those boxes next to Johnny are full with gold.
I think you should tell us more about this top 4 cashback.
Top 4 cashback.
That's like a world-class website, that.
I can give
Jamie
you...
Oliver's had a good lockdown, hasn't he?
Yeah. Another one here. I know Broughton likes a little touch of whiskey, so this one's for you. Free whiskey investment guide.
Jamie's put on more weight than I have.
the title of this website, Magic Freebies, it doesn't fill you with confidence, does it?
I know it does for me. As soon as you get that first email through, and then the second one 10 minutes later, and the third one 5 minutes later, when your inbox is full, it fills you with great confidence, mate.
Instantly, Magic, they're deceiving you, aren't they? It's an illusion. It's just not. It's not going to instill confidence in the brand, is it?
Perhaps this third one might change your mind, because here there are actual genuine statistics.
Because you can't fix or alter statistics at all, can you?
No, absolutely.
That is a lot.
30,000.
30,000 Jaffa cakes available.
Now, is this a European website? Because in Europe they use a comma as a decimal point, so that would be 30.000 Jaffa cakes.
That is good knowledge,
Which
Bob.
still free Jaffa cakes, but
the word there is
it
says it in bold free. So
trying to work out how many is the £500 more better valued than the 30,000 Jaffa cakes? How many Jaffa cakes are in a pack?
Take the Jaffa cakes. There's the resale value in Newcastle is excellent,
especially on match day.
Oh dear. So yeah, definitely free link.
Oh,
Let's
30,000 free Jaffa cakes.
Let's put it to a vote. Clowns, what do you think? Free website?
No, I would not invest. I'm out for that reason. Thank you.
Hey, Hurst?
No, it's stock shit now.
Okay. Bod?
I could be bought over in this. So
Okay,
what I'm
good.
going to say, if you want to secure my investment, you sign up for those free Jaffa cakes. I want to see 30,000 Jaffa cakes on that sofa.
What about
Then
2,000 gold bars?
No, not enough, mate.
I was so confident, Bod. I've already signed up, so it's already underway. Don't worry. I got to a bit where I asked my bank details, but I'm going to go back and do that later on. Now I've got your confidence, so good. Braun,
Just put all of the different accounts details in there.
Oh yeah.
The more accounts you put at them, the better it is.
Absolutely. Hit them hard. So at the minute we've got 3 against it being free, 2 for. Broughton, you're the deciding vote here. Do you think the website is free? Do you think the Jaffa cakes are free?
I'm in two minds here, and obviously there's a lot of pressure with me being the deciding vote.
But secretly, you're eyeing up at least 5,000 Jaffa cakes off me, aren't you, in the future?
I very much like how the Jaffa cake advert starts with, and this is the small print, starts with just sheer excitement, doesn't it? Oh, play the new Jaffa, roll the king game, and be in with a shot at winning one of 30,000 free packs of Jaffa cakes. So,
one of 30,000 free packs.
When you start breaking it down and looking at the small print, what could basically happen is you could maybe possibly, after spending some money on a game that's probably fixed, you could possibly win one of 30,000 packs of Jaffa cakes.
So what you're saying, Richard, is that you might as well go to the shop and buy some Jaffa cakes to save you some time.
There's a very nice little co-op just opposite St James's Park, and I know that in the doorway next to jars of Dolmio. So,
so 3-3. It's a tie then, from what you just said then.
Yes.
Who has the deciding vote, like on Strictly, where you have the head judge?
Out of curiosity, on this segment, has anything ever been found to be free?
There was one thing.
Yeah, it was the cash machines, wasn't it?
Free cash back.
So it was like free cash withdrawals.
Yeah.
So the withdrawal itself is free.
Yeah, we thought obviously it takes money to maintain those cash machines.
So someone's paying.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But we think if I go and take a tenner out, it is the correct. It's a bit of a stupid thing to say free for. It's only free because sometimes you can get charged. The convenient ones. So yeah, it's a bit
like the one in the co-op outside.
It's a bit of a stupid thing to call free. But yeah, that one was. I think there was one other as well, Johnny.
There was a train, a free Wi-Fi on the train, because we argued that you could go and stand above Crew Station when the train is docked and then use Wi-Fi for free.
Yeah. Although I think you can only sign in once, I think.
Yes.
So you can sign out. You're correct.
Yeah.
And I think there was free, you'd make come with some a free sample in a supermarket where they do tasters.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
So the fact that we've got 3 wins shows why the segment is worth continuing blindly until we get one.
Absolutely.
Right. Well done for making it through possibly the most mundane 2 hours of your life. Well done.
That was really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. I'll stop the recording now, and then we can
It's all right now, isn't it? After that.
To stop it, I don't know if you press the big red button at the top left or just my nose.
Yes.
But they're both similar looking.
Well, I'll stop the recording and we can actually have a normal conversation now. So thanks for listening. Bye.